Hi my friends, and welcome to our next Going Deeper video. So it's early in the morning here and I've done my chores outside. My mother's still asleep. See how long she's gonna sleep. So life is good, I feel, also challenging. It's wonderful to have this connection with you. As I said in one of my videos, I've said many times, it is really a give. It's a win-win, a situation where I am benefiting a lot because on this journey of awakening to who we truly are, some relationships, they end, and it can be really easy because you just feel this is the way it has to be, and some it's very difficult. Some relationships continue, but the connection is it's difficult to have a good connection because in a way you're in a new world. You've stepped into new earth, and they are still in the unawakened state where the world around them is really 100% important. So they identify themselves, they find their identity in what they do, what they think, their views, and they're in a constant search for feeling fulfilled by the world around them. And they simply and we were there once before, where you do not feel, you have not found the doorway to heaven. You have not found the doorway to your heart. You simply don't realize there's a door there. You're racing around looking for all these stimulants, activities, people, places to fill you, to give you that feeling of coming home, feeling alive, feeling fulfilled, feeling you have a rich life. And the problem is that you never become fulfilled, completely fulfilled. It's a constant, because when you've done one thing and you have a little bit of feeling of being fulfilled, you have to go to the next thing because the feeling wears off. And when we awaken to our true selves, we feel rich, we feel fulfilled, and we also long for these connections with others who have the same feeling, that the world around me is never going to fulfill me. It's actually, it becomes like craziness because it's a constant search outside myself, and when that ends, it's such a relief. But connecting with others who feel the same is really, really wonderful, because it can be really lonely, and because the connections you have with people who are completely asleep, they just are not very deep, because they have not found that depth within themselves. So you can only have a relationship with someone that goes as deep as the relationship you have with yourself. So if you long for more deep relationships with others, you have to go deeper within yourself. And so anyway, this is what I feel. It's very wonderful for me to be able to do these videos and to just share what's on my heart, and the fact that you can use it in your own life and it resonates with you is just really, really a gift for me. So thank you for being there. So let's just relax together. Take a nice long deep breath into our bellies. Sensing the breath coming in all the way down to the belly. Sense how we can make the breath so quiet and so still and so slow. We're simply sinking into ourselves, this amazing being that we are. Full of the light of God, full of the mightiest power that exists. It's right here in us. And it's really all around us, that power. That wisdom, that peace, that love. It's everywhere. So sense your skin and the air on your skin or your clothes on your skin. What a wonderful feeling to just feel our skin, the outer part of our physical body. And sense how you are much greater than your actual physical body, that you reach out much further. Feel how the peace just fills you. Every cell, every organ, every tissue. Feels the peace. And sense also the energy flowing right through you. All around you. So what I wanted to share today is we've got these videos going deeper, and we've got the Qigong, and you might not like to do the Qigong exercises and you might be enjoying them. It is a way. You can do lots of other things. You can just go for walks or do yoga, do breath work. It doesn't really matter, because just the fact that you become present in your body and you do something that you feel brings balance to your body is really valuable. So, but I also want to have, I want to go into the area of creating our lives. And I've touched on this before. So let's just go into this. It's really manifesting, sensing how that we are creators. So the problem for us humans, the reason why we have suffered so much, is because we have really not learnt, we've forgotten the fact that we are creators and that we're constantly creating the world we're in. And we create with our thoughts. So we think it's very powerful to build something or to create something physical with our hands. But really the most powerful creator tool is our mind. And as we go on this journey of becoming conscious of our body, how we feel, where we're tense, releasing the tension, we slowly become more and more aware of our mind, what is going on in my mind? Am I in victim mode, feeling sorry for myself? And that's really what we've been caught in for many, many years, all the problems of life. And it's really, in a way, it has been a good thing, because we have been problem solving. When we have a problem, we know we need to solve it. And the fact that we can't really solve it makes us keep thinking about it. And then we get into the victim mentality. Why is this happening to me? And I know it from my own life, it's still there. And so realizing what is going on in my mind and letting go of the thoughts that are always circulating around what's not working in my life, what is painful in my life. And it's important that we're aware of where we feel we're suffering and to release the emotions. And that's why therapy can be a wonderful thing, or different ways of working with our inner self, to release all this old sadness, as I've talked about so many times. But when we've come that far and we've sort of opened the door, opened the floodgates, so the old emotions can start flowing out and we're releasing them, then the next step is to say, okay, this is all that I want to release from my life, but what do I actually want to create? How do I want to live my life? And this is, for me, really a very new thing, and it feels very foreign because I just was not brought up with learning this. And for most of us, that's the case. We have not learnt that you're actually a creator being, and that you can create the life you want with your mind. So as we release all that we don't want, the next step is to really sense with ourselves and to allow ourselves, like a little child who meets her fairy or his fairy godmother, who says you can have anything you want. Really allow ourselves to ask ourselves and find the answer to that question. What do I really, really want? How do I want my life to unfold? And I'll link David McEwen, who I've linked before, but I'll link him again, who really, really, really goes into depth. Can be a little bit stressful because he's just he's so into it. He really speaks fast and is very excited, but the message is very, I think, very powerful. So he really talks about how to do this. But basically, what you want to do is to not reach too far, but to say, okay, if I was to add something absolutely amazing to my life that I really believe can happen, what would it be? So for me, I can share with you what for me is to have a physical, really, really, really great health. So I still have little ailments. I've moved a lot and healed a lot, but I still have some things that I would love to just release from my life. So I really, really feel amazing. And I think as human beings we will always have something that is there because we age and things happen in our bodies. But this is my wish, is to really, really feel this optimal health in body, mind, mainly the body really, because I feel my mind is very healthy really. But and I see myself at this beach where we were, so I've created this scene, and that's what you have to do, create a scene. I see myself, I've been swimming on this beach where we used to go with our children when they were little. It's this real nature beach, and it was just always like stepping into heaven when we went there with our children. It was very, very special. So, and all my family are standing up on the beach, and they're greeting me as I come out of the water, and I'm completely healed and completely well. in every single part of my body, and I just feel this enormous joy, and they're all they're all just with their hands up and just greeting me and just saying, hallelujah, hallelujah. This is just so amazing. So this is what is very important also, is to feel the excitement, to feel, how do you feel when this thing comes true? How does that feel? And to feel excitement. So this is your, what is it he calls it? It's DCA, definite chief aim, I think it is, definite chief aim. So you have one goal you start with, you make a scene where you see yourself in the scene, and it can be anything. It can be getting a car, it can be getting a new home, it can be anything. It can be feeling more peaceful. It doesn't matter what it is. And then you create the scene just within 10 to 20 seconds, and you feel the feeling, you feel the excitement in all your body. And this you do many, many times a day, and you can lie down once a day, or sit and just do it for a whole quarter of an hour. So you do some relaxation, and then you do this, and you keep repeating the same scene again and again and again, and feeling the feeling of joy and excitement. And when you start doing this, it is absolutely incredible, because you feel you change instantly. You change your energy, your vibration changes instantly. And this is what he says, that you raise your vibration, so you come into a higher level of existence. You feel the joy, you feel the excitement, you put yourself in the situation that you want to be in. So this becomes your new reality. The only difficult thing about this is you have to keep doing it. You have to do it every day, many times a day. But the easy part is that you just have to find one definite chief aim. So it's actually very uncomplicated. It's just a matter of, in a way, just like Qigong, you have to do it every day and many times a day. You have to do this many times a day. So you keep putting yourself into that very high vibration of joy, freedom, whatever you're feeling, that just makes you, this goal that you have, that you wish to manifest in your life. And so what he explains is that this new reality that you create in your inner world will manifest in the outer world. So it will come true in some way. And as he says, keep repeating to yourself, this will come true. What I wish for, my dreams will come true. Either this or something even better. So it might not be exactly as you want it to be. So but it will happen. And the reason it happens is because you have gone into a new level of vibration where your reality, you have more abundance, you're more free, you're more rich. And by being in that vibration, your reality has to match that, because that is the law of harmony and balance, as he says. And as I have also said many times in the videos, your outer world is reflecting your inner world. So it all starts within. So that's why, if we are always, maybe for most of us unconsciously, always we have these negative thoughts of all that we do not want in our lives. Why is this happening? Why is he doing it? Why is she doing this? All this mental noise that's happening. When we do that and we're stuck in that, our vibration is lower because we're in victim mentality and we're sort of in a struggle state of being. Our outer world will reflect that. So that the problem, it's really sad, and it's really tragic, but that's just the way life has been created. That's the way we learn, that we keep being pulled back into the lower vibrations. So it's difficult to get out of the lower vibrations, and that's what I suppose makes us feel the power when we finally get it, and we finally feel, oh my goodness, I've moved out of that negativity once and for all. I never go back there hardly anymore. We feel this enormous relief, but also we feel incredibly powerful. Imagine I could do it. So it's just like a little child learning to walk. It's just not easy, because you have to train and train and train, and then when the child can walk, it just feels incredible. So I suppose that this is the way God has created life, that things demand, if there's something we want to change in our lives for the better, we have to work at it. And in this manifesting work, we also have to be aware of what he calls anchors, and that is the old limiting beliefs, but also the old emotional pain, which I've talked about so many times. So, and he also explains, when you're on this track, when you start doing this manifesting work, at some point you will go into what he calls a storm. So it will get difficult. The things that were bad will come back maybe stronger. And that's simply because it's testing you. So, and you have to sort of move through it. So you're challenged, you get extra challenged, and that is also what he explains, is because the old reality where we were suffering a whole lot, it wants to pull us down, because that's where we match our reality. We have negative thoughts about our life, and we have a negative life full of struggles. The two match each other, so that the old life will keep trying to pull us down. And that's also what we can feel with people who have not awakened around us. They're trying, they don't do it deliberately and because they're bad people, but just because when you start awakening and moving up into the higher realms, you become more authentic, more honest, more yourself, and that feels very uncomfortable for them. So they want you to go back into the way, just being like everybody else, so that everybody can feel comfortable and nobody gets scared. So, so the old life and the people who are there, they will try to pull us down. So we have to resist it and be aware that, okay, this is not because anything's evil, it's just the way that life works. It's going to challenge me. It's like God is saying, do you really want to live that amazing life? Do you really, really want it? Because that's what you have to realize, that you have to really, really want it. And then when everything is, we have moved into this new reality, and maybe some people have left our lives, we feel the power. We feel incredible power. And so we realize, okay, if I could do that, what's the next thing I would love to have in my life? And so I think it's really, really fascinating and incredibly freeing, because I think we have deep in our system as human beings that life is just really difficult, and you just have to sort of more or less suffer your way through it. But it's not true. It's simply not true. So even with the suffering, because there will always be some type of suffering, we can be in bliss, because when we realize that this is just something I need to experience, but I can still be incredibly joyful and grateful and feel the peace and the love and the joy all through my body and all through my life. So this thing that my mind wants to tell me is so bad is not really bad at all. So it dissolves in a way. Things that felt like big problems are just challenges. So the suffering stops. Yeah, so I think this is a wonderful thing to bring into this channel, also to have some videos about manifesting. But the big most freeing step we can take is to simply have peace with life. So there's no doubt about that. That is really the first step, to have peace, to be at peace with life right now, exactly as it is. So that is really the main step we need to take, and to really cultivate that peace every day, many times a day. Every time our mind comes in and says, oh, but this shouldn't be happening, well, that's not true, because if it shouldn't be happening, why is it happening? So actually, the things that, and that's really why we suffer, because we keep saying to ourselves, this thing that is so difficult in my life, it shouldn't be there. But the thing is, it should be there. There's a reason why this thing is going on. And so all I need to do to be at complete peace with my life is to realize, first of all, realize this, that this is here for a reason. I just need to work out why it's here. And when I can see, oh, okay, this is why this thing is there. And I stop resisting it. I let it be there. And it can be people in your life that you have to be with, that you can't leave, or who can't leave you, who you're very close to, who are maybe suffering a real lot or very stuck, and to be at peace with that, to enjoy life although that's going on, and to find out how do we communicate, and how do I truly enjoy my life right here. So yeah, it's really fascinating. And the last thing I'll end off with is that this manifesting thing is something you can add to your life. It's not necessary to do it, because as I see it, the more peaceful you are, the more in balance you are, the more beautiful things you will attract. So it might not be a new car, it might even be a new bicycle, or a trip to some country, or anything. So I can see that with my mother, who I have mentioned before. She's been depressed, she's been suffering mentally all her life, since I was 2 years old, maybe before. And I've in a way been her mother all my life. And it is truly a miracle. I never imagined that she would come and live with me here on our farm, and I could take care of her this way. But that's because she became demented. So her mental illness vanished. It's gone. All the anxiety, all the depression is gone. And it's really been one of my big major challenges all my life. I wanted to see my mother happy, and she just wasn't happy. She couldn't, and she just more or less loved being unhappy. And now, finally, she's so happy. And this is just like a miracle for me, and the fact that we can live together, and I can really be there for her in her old day, in her old age. And this is something I have not tried to manifest, because I never thought that would be possible. It is just out of my imagination. So, but what I have been doing is all this work that I share with you. Keep coming back to peace. Keep loving my life. Keep feeling gratitude. And whatever there was with my mother to create something lovely out of, I just kept doing that. And then one day this happened. So we don't need to try to manifest, because beautiful things are going to come into our lives when we cultivate the beauty of life right where we are. So this is what I wanted to share today, and yeah, I send you all my love, and please do share if you have something you like to share, but otherwise I'll see you in the next video. Bye.